Hello, how in the world can we quiet this part of us, our minds? Today, I want to be a little bit vulnerable and share something that I wrote in my personal journal, something that I do, which may seem wacky, weird, and wild, is I've been doing automatic writing for a long, long time, 20 years. I've been studying creative writing. Wrote a one woman show. I've written tons. I've just always been a writer ever since I was a little kid. It just because my brain is so scattered and I think all these thoughts, and when I talk, it's like, like just a bunch of subjects coming out, coming out. When I write, it seems to crystallize and come out in a more aligned way. So just over the course of my life, I would I would just write out my pain or whatever it was, whatever feelings I was having. So it just kind of naturally developed that I started writing to different aspects of myself. I've told this story before that one time my family was in Hawaii and I was in the garden where they filmed Jurassic Park, one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. And I was fucking depressed, like seriously depressed. Just couldn't. One of the definitions of depressions is depression is that you just nothing satisfies, nothing feels good. You can't feel like you're numb, right? So I remember my family went zip lining, and I was sitting in that garden at a picnic table with a notebook and a pen, and I just started writing, "Dear depression, what's going on?" And I wrote, I don't know, like 3 or 4 pages. And I'm not kidding. By the end of that letter, the depression lifted and I felt better. I felt relief because I had a dialogue with depression, and I said, "You're making my life miserable." And it said, "I'm sorry, that's not what I want to do. I want to help you to rest and to notice and to care for yourself." And it was just a complete, the Course in Miracles says a miracle is a shift in perception. And that letter to depression was a shift in perception. And that shift in perception lifted my depression. And I've experienced this many times, y'all. I'm here to testify and give my testimony that changing your thoughts can change your feelings. And no one was more surprised to learn this than me. Because all my life I have been a slave to my feelings, my moods, my emotions, my drama, my pain. I'm not trying to make light of it, but it's been my Achilles heel for my whole life. So I really didn't understand or have the experience that my mood could lift from changing my perception. But I'm here to tell you it can. It's kind of amazing. So I wanted to share what I wanted to about today was how to calm our mind, how to bring tranquility into this jungle of crazy. And I was writing to God about it, and I was asking him, how can I show up in the world? How can I was asking him a lot of specific questions about business and money and marriage and all the things. All you have your things, I got my things. So I was right about my things. And God said, "Is that all? Is that everything?" And I said, "No." I said, uh, "There's so much more. There's so much I don't understand, so much that confounds me. I have endless questions." And God said, "Rest in me." And I said, "How?" And I thought this was funny what I wrote, if I do say so myself. I said, "My mind is a racetrack," because I like to think in pictures, right? "My mind is a racetrack with monkeys riding on horses and greyhounds, with escalators going in spirals to nowhere. My brain is an obstacle course for craziness, pain, anger, and attack thoughts." That's pretty apt description of Susie Porter's brain sometimes. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. And so God said, "There is stillness deep within your mind. My mind is within your mind. My mind is the light that lights your path." And I said, "That's beautiful, but what does that mean exactly?" And then God and I went on to to write to each other, and you can do it too. Like, even if you don't, like, no matter what you believe in, you can write to the wisdom within yourself. If you're an atheist or an agnostic, or if you have a problem with the word God, which I understand, right? I get it. I had a lot of baggage with that word too. The word God, the word marriage, and the word money. Ooh, thick with all kinds of bullshit. So you can write to the higher self within you, your inner wisdom, your inner being, as Abraham Hicks calls it. But I want to stay focused here, and I want to just share a couple paragraphs from my favorite lesson in the Course in Miracles, lesson number, I'm just going to read backwards, 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Personally, I believe that Jesus channeled the Course in Miracles through Helen Schuckman over a period of 7 years. I studied the Bible at a Bible college, a very conservative fundamental Bible college, and nothing that I've ever read in the Course in Miracles goes against what my experience and my belief about Jesus. But you don't have to believe that. I'm just saying that I believe that, which gives these words such a weight and so much meaning. And believe me, I agree with whoever said the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Because I remember the first time I read through the Course in Miracles, it's 365 lessons, one for every day. And it pissed me off quite a lot. And Jesus even says in the introduction, you might feel frustrated. That's okay. Just keep reading, keep studying, right? So sometimes it's not fun to grow and learn. Sometimes it's really annoying and irritating. So, but I just love this lesson. If just check out lesson 41. I mean, I recommend you read the whole thing, but 41 is just awesome. That's why it's my favorite. Jesus writes, deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them. You can never be deprived of perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer. And yeah, that that didn't go down well with Susie Porter. I'm like, I can never suffer. Hello, have you seen my life? Let me show you the highlights. All right, get back to the point. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. Now, this next part I like because it shows me that Jesus Christ, Lord of all, Holy Messiah, who, is in all those paintings like this guy with the thorns on his head and a bleeding heart. He's like this unreachable, untouchable superhuman, right? I don't think of him that way anymore. I think of him just like as a human, right? Who was an incredible mystic. Anyway, he goes on to say, we understand that you do not believe all this. How could you? When the truth is hidden deep within under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring. Think of heavy clouds. Think of fog. You can't see the sun. You can't see the sun when it's behind heavy, thick, dense clouds. Yet it's there, isn't it? How could you, when the truth is hidden deep within under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see? Today we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud and to go through to the light beyond. So how can we find peace when our brains are chaos? How can we find calm when our nervous systems are freaking out about, just look at the news, mass shootings. There's just spin the wheel of things to be freaked out about these days, right? Politics, religion, education, safety, guns. The United States is we're in like a civil war. It's so much hatred and cancel culture and fear and pain. It's no wonder that we're all not like collectively having heart attacks. The amount of anxiety that's in the world. but there is a solution. Thank God, right? There is an answer. And the way to connect with that peace that is within us, like Jesus says, deep within you is everything that is perfect. It's not out there. It's not out there in that next awesome thing you're going to buy, or that whatever you're going to do or achieve. It's not out there. It is always within. And I'm not against doing or achieving. I think doing and achieving is fabulous, fantastic. But the peace and the joy and the life and all of the satisfaction comes from within us, right? So the way to embody peace and calm is to first thing in the morning, give yourself quiet. Open up space in your mind to listen to the voice of peace, and be willing to see things different. Be willing to let go of your old story, your old beliefs, your old everything you cling to so tightly. Be willing just a little bit to let go of all of it and to let in the light, the sun that's behind those dense clouds. So do it first thing in the morning. I highly recommend. Be quiet, open space in your mind, and listen. Listen. Listen for everything that is within you that is perfect, for that peace that passes all understanding, for that calm, for the solutions, for the inspiration, for the creativity, for the comfort, for the love that is within you. It's not out there. It's already inside you. It was installed in the beginning of time. I don't understand all the specifics of the mystery of being a spiritual being living this human life, but I believe with all my heart, I know that we are so much more than just this, and that deep within our minds is a reservoir of calm and peace and wisdom. Give yourself even just 5 minutes in the morning to quiet your mind, open space, and to listen.